What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer content. And today's date is Friday the 11th of September. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time. There'll be a new video for you to look forward to. And finally, drop a comment below. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. So first up today, Galatasaray have signed Nigerian midfielder Atibo, and it's on a season-long loan from Stoke City. There's also an option to buy included, and I believe he spent last season out on loan as well. Turkish champions Istanbul Basaksehir have confirmed the signing of former Premier League player Nasir Chadli. It's from AS Monaco, and the 31-year-old joins on a permanent deal. He signed a one-year contract and has also the option to extend it by a further year. Wolves have signed yet another Portuguese player, this time as the club have signed midfielder Vitinha on a season-long loan. It's from FC Porto, and there's also an option to buy for about £18 million. Nainggolan will not be joining Cagliari after a loan spell last season. Instead, Inter are going to be keeping the Belgian midfielder for the next campaign, and that is despite some late interest from Galatasaray. The Turkish side did try to get him on a loan deal, but instead he'll be remaining at the San Siro. Next up, Radamel Falcao has revealed that he intends to join David Beckham at Inter Miami, and he'll do so before hanging up his boots. The Colombian is eager to join the MLS side, that's once his Galatasaray contract expires. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he still has 2 years left to run on that current deal, but they might be able to work something out a little bit earlier. But a transfer looks like it will be happening very soon, according to Gazzetta dello Sport at least, is that Inter Miami are closing in on the signing of Juventus striker Gonzalo Higuain. The Argentine looks set to follow Blaise Matuidi to David Beckham's franchise, and the striker's agent is currently in the process of working out his salary. So this transfer will probably happen sooner rather than later, and it'll probably be on a free transfer as well. Michy Batshuayi has completed his medical at Crystal Palace, that's ahead of another season-long loan. The striker is also set to sign a contract extension with Chelsea, that's because if he didn't, he would be a free transfer next summer. And this transfer would have been announced by Friday, but on Thursday, for me, it's still not been announced fully, but he has been teasing it on social media. Some massive news for Arsenal fans, according to The Athletic, is that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to commit his long-term future to the club. The 31-year-old will put pen to paper on a new 3-year contract at the Emirates Stadium, that's after being convinced to extend his stay by Mikel Arteta. Aubameyang has been tipped to leave Arsenal before his existing deal expires next year, but an official announcement is expected imminently, and will see him remain in North London through to 2023. Paris Saint-Germain are on the verge of snapping up Italian right-back Alessandro Florenzi, and this according to various different outlets now. The French champions will bring the 29-year-old in on a season-long loan, and there's also an option to buy outright next summer. He has been linked with Fiorentina, Atalanta and Everton, but he'll undergo a medical with PSG this weekend. PSG did try a final bid for Arsenal's Hector Bellerin, but it was only a loan with the option to buy, which Arsenal rejected. An interesting story from a German outlet called Die Stube, sorry if I said that wrong. They're saying that Premier League club Aston Villa, they're ready to meet Werder Bremen's €25 million valuation, that's for key player Milo Rashica. The 24-year-old Kosovo international reached an agreement in principle with Leipzig, but the German club were unwilling to meet Bremen's demands. And Villa will face competition however from Napoli, but they are pretty confident of getting the deal over the line. Edouard Mendy has already agreed to a 5-year deal with Chelsea, but Rennes and the Blues remain apart in the valuation of the player. The French club's president, Nicolas Holvec, he has confirmed the keeper wants to leave, and that story is from RMC. It looks like Chelsea will be going all out to try and sign him. Rennes want around 25 million, Chelsea want to pay closer to 20. And a short story from Matt Law, who works at the Daily Telegraph, is that after Chelsea have signed Mendy, they will go all out for West Ham's Declan Rice. Apparently Frank Lampard really wants to bring him in, and it'll be interesting to see whether West Ham will lower the valuation, as right now they want about 80 mil. After signing Ollie Watkins from Brentford, Aston Villa now want to bring in Bournemouth striker Joshua King, but the 28-year-old prefers a move to Manchester United instead. That's after a move back to United broke down in the January transfer window, and that story is from The Athletic. Borja Valero is close to signing a one-year deal to return to Fiorentina. That's following his release by Inter Milan, and this story is from Sky Italia. The midfielder, who spent 5 successful years with Viola, is reportedly set for a second spell after a 3-year stint in Milan, and again would be a free transfer and it could be announced fairly soon. Napoli have chosen who they will sign as a replacement for new Everton signing Allen, and this according to Gazzetta dello Sport. The player is going to be Red Bull Salzburg star and Hungary international Dominik Szoboszlai. A potential sticking point though is the asking price, because Salzburg, they want about 40 million euros, Napoli don't really want to pay that. Now, I'm not sure if the article is suggesting that Szoboszlai would play Allen's position because he doesn't play a position in real life. They might just be saying because one midfielder has gone out, the replacement will just be another midfielder in general. Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Atletico Madrid and Roma, they have entered the race to sign Stefan El Shaarawy according to Telefoot. The Italian star is currently playing for Shanghai Shenhua in the Chinese Super League, but is now ready to end his stay in China. PSG's Leonardo is keeping a close eye on the situation, that's as a club eye a deal for the Italian international. Another PSG story this time is that their current manager Thomas Tuchel, he's admitted he would love to add Rennes starlet Eduardo Camavinga to his side, but he does doubt a move would be financially possible. Camavinga made his France debut on Tuesday, becoming the youngest ever player to earn his first cap for Les Bleus since 1914. The 17-year-old has said he will stay at Rennes for the upcoming campaign, that's despite interest from Real Madrid. The Spanish champions won't be making their offer until 2021, so whether PSG feel they can get in ahead and try and get him this summer, we'll have to wait and see. Real Madrid are prepared to pay half of Gareth Bale's wages, that's to facilitate a departure this summer, and the story comes from The Telegraph. The club is open to subsidising the Wales star's salary to get him off the books, and he's fallen further and further out of favour with Zinedine Zidane. Those payments could facilitate a move to the Premier League, with several clubs interested in bringing Bale back to England. And an outlet called Info Real Madrid CF, they're saying Tottenham are negotiating the loan signing of Gareth Bale. Spurs will pay 50% of his wages and will have a 25 million option to purchase at the end of the season. And that story does tie into the one previously, that Real Madrid are willing to pay some of his wages, and having a 25 million option to buy is probably a better fee than Real Madrid were expecting. A journalist on Twitter called P. Harding Sport is saying Wilfried Zaha has told Palace he wants to leave to join Everton. Zaha has apparently told his friends he wants to be part of the project that's under Everton boss Carlo Ancelotti. He was linked to a massive money move this time last year to Goodison Park, but it fell through. Now maybe this time around he could get the move he wanted, and Everton, I admit, they're starting to make some very good signings. A story which I'm not sure has too much about it according to Tuttosport is that Manchester United are plotting a summer swoop for Chelsea midfielder N'Golo Kante. The Blues are prepared to listen to offers in the region of £55 million for the Frenchman, and the Red Devils are now poised to submit an official bid. Kante is contracted to remain at Chelsea until 2023, but he's also been heavily linked with Italian giants Inter Milan. Now, the only way I see this deal happening or Kante leaving Chelsea is if they do manage to bring Declan Rice to Stamford Bridge. They would probably get a similar fee, again it says 55 million. I'm not sure if I'd rather sell to United, he'd probably end up going to Inter Milan. A short story from Damasio is that Edinson Cavani's representatives were in Madrid yesterday. That's for talks with Atletico Madrid over a possible free transfer this summer. He was linked to the club back in the January window and they were willing to pay a small fee to bring him in early, but those talks ended up breaking down and Cavani was close to joining Benfica, but those talks also broke down. Manchester United believe they have made progress, that's in their negotiations to try and sign Borussia Dortmund star Jadon Sancho, and this is according to Goal.com, which they claim is from sources close to the talks. Though Dortmund continue to remain adamant they won't be selling, United still believe a deal isn't completely off. That's after ongoing constructive discussions regarding wages and agent fees. And a story from ESPN is United are prepared to offer a structured deal for Sancho. It will be initial installments or including installments and bonuses, and it will have an overall valuation close to the asking price of £108 million. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video for you to look forward to. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.